me or things go wrong, then let me know, please. So welcome to today's marketing conversations event, talking about your marketing funnel. If you have any questions as we're going through, then pop them in the chat box. I may or may not see them, and I'll get to them at the end of the talk. So the way that we do today's is that we spend about half an hour on content and then half an hour for any questions that you may have. So either put your questions in the chat box or jot them down on a piece of paper and we'll get back to them. If you're listening to this on the recording, then feel free to pop into the Facebook group, the Marketing Lounge, and add the questions in there and we can all answer. So welcome, my name's Rachel Allan. I'm your marketing partner and I want to empower you to be the best version of yourself. I design effective marketing strategy and proactive implementation for people. So I'm a marketing strategist, coach, consultant, author, speaker, and business owner. So the purpose of this webinar today is to educate you on marketing, to give you tools to change and to help you to be a success in your business. And I believe that you are the only person holding you back from creating the success that you deserve. On these calls, you'll learn about the topic and be inspired to make changes in your business. So if you're not here live and you're listening back on the recording, thank you for doing that. You can do the work at your own pace, ask questions in the Facebook group. So congratulations to those who are here live on the call today. Special welcome to our Marketing Mastermind members and also to all of our guests who are here today. Throughout the session, if you've got any questions, like I said, post them into the chat box and we will swing back to them. For those of you who have my book, Authentic Dynamic Savvy, what we're going to cover today is pretty much an overview of what is in section 5 in the unique funnel section. So if you want to go away and read that later, or if you want to do the work that's in the workbook, if you have the workbook, then it's all in section 5 if you want to know a bit more about it. So what are marketing funnels? They're simply the pathway you would like your customer to take to reach a sale. There's lots of marketers, lots of people out there who will overcomplicate funnels and make it confusing and make people have to jump through hoops and walk over fire to be able to do a sale with you. My theory is you need to keep it really simple because you need to make it easy for people to purchase from you. So it's whatever pathway that you want your customers to take to reach a sale. This is my graphic that I use to explain what a marketing funnel is, and it's what we're going to step through today. So at the top of it, you've got the clarification around who your customer is and who your products and services are. You have the excuses that your customers will come up with and also their pains and desires. So you really need to understand your customers, your products and service, and you need to understand all of that in order to create your marketing funnel. As I said before, the funnel is essentially your pathway to how you want your customers to move through your business. And you've probably all heard of this, getting to know you, like you, trust you. That is what a funnel does. It helps people to build awareness of you, helps them to like you, helps them to trust you. And then at the bottom, I also add in nurture because we often forget to nurture the customers that we have in our funnel. So we're going to go through all of this in depth now. So this clarified business, what do we need in there? First of all, you need to have that deep understanding of who your ideal client is. How do they show up in the world? Where are they? And what, are they on social media? Are they reading magazines? Are they listening to webinars, podcasts, newspapers? Like, where are your ideal client? How are they showing up? What sort of messaging is going to work for them? What sort of colours, what sort of imagery? So there is an ideal client performer that I have provided to some of, or if you've got access into the Marketing Mastermind or into the digital folder that comes with the book, You can go in and get a pro forma to fill out for your ideal client. The more detail that you can put into who your ideal client is, the easier everything in your marketing is going to be. The next thing you need to clarify is your products and services. So what are they? How do they show up? Where are they made? What's your price point on each of them? What's your profitability on each of them? Is there products that are in steps? You know, do you have step 1, step 2, step 3? And they, you know, they get higher in price, and that they help people to understand more about what you're offering. So really understanding your products and services as well. Then if you match your products and services with your clients, and this is a really interesting activity for a lot of businesses to do if you haven't already, is to write down all your ideal clients, and you might have 1, 2, 3, 5. Then write all your products and services, however many that you have, and then match an ideal client with the product and service that you offer. Doing that exercise, you may find that you have products and services that have no clients, and you might find that you have clients who have no products and services matched to it. So that again helps with the funnel, and I'll explain that a bit later as well. You need to understand the marketing mix. Now for those, you might have heard of the 4 Ps, the 7 Ps, the 4 Cs, or the 7 Cs. That's essentially the marketing mix. That is how you're going to show up, where you're going to show up. So you need to understand that in order to create a marketing funnel as well. Okay, and that particularly helps with the awareness building. And you need to understand the customer journey. What journey do you want your customers to take from the moment that they inquire with you through until when they actually sign up and do business? And then what happens after they sign up and do business with you? Is it a recurring payment? Is it ongoing? Do you want them to come back and buy a high-priced item? What is that customer journey? So once you understand all those things, you can really build out your marketing funnel. So the marketing funnel, well, the old funnel method has been tip as many people as you can into the top end. So go for thousands and thousands and thousands of people, and it doesn't matter, you're just about building those numbers. So tip as many people into the top of your funnel as you possibly can, and see who drips out the bottom. So your funnel, if you think of a funnel like a kitchen funnel where it's really big at the top and really small at the bottom, you fit a lot of liquid at the top and not so much in the bottom, and it sort of goes through into a smaller thing. So that's what your funnel in your business is like. However, the modern way to work on your funnels is not so much about the number of people that you can tip into it as at the top, but it's about the quality. And your funnel is about pulling people through your business, not pushing it. So not being a pushy salesperson, but just constantly telling people about your story and about your business and your service offerings, and getting them to know you as the business owner as well. So that is the purpose of the funnel, to give people the opportunity to move through your funnel at their pace, with encouragement to go a little faster. Okay, so you, as much as you want people to go through the funnel at their pace, you also want to be able to help them a little bit to go a little bit faster. I have had people sit in my funnels for 13 years before they've done business with me. I signed a client at the start of the year who has been sitting in my funnel for about 13 years, and they're finally doing business with me. At the same time, I've also had people who have listened to a webinar and they've signed up to one of my higher end coaching products within 15 minutes of a call afterwards. So some people will make decisions faster than others. So you just need to let people go at their own pace and never give up on people. So let's look at the top of the funnel, the awareness. And this is where a lot of people spend so much time. In fact, they often will spend more time sitting in awareness than actually nurturing people that are already in their funnel. So you need to build awareness of people to your ideal customer. You need to engage with them in a way that's going to build rapport with them and cut through the clutter of messages that they receive every day. Now, our brain only takes in a certain amount of stuff that we see during the day. It cleverly filters out things in our subconscious that it believes we don't need to see. Usually it's because we've never seen it before or it doesn't make sense to us. So we put it, our brain just puts it over into a trash can, basically. Your role is to cut through all of those messages and to cut through the brain getting rid of messages, basically. Now, if you think about in your day, when you're sitting in front of your computer, the different notifications that come up on it all the time, whether it's email, whether it's social media, whether it's reminders to do things, your phone, the notifications on your phone calls, messages, all of that. You think of all those messages that you're taking in, plus you're getting interruptions. It could be interruptions from customers, from family, from kids. You're having to leave and go to a meeting, or you're having to go run kids around and do something. And when you're driving, you've got all the other cars on the road that you're paying attention to. You could have people in the car talking to you or kids talking at you. You've got the radio going, you're watching for street signs and instructions, you're seeing signage as you go past, billboards. There's so much happening that your brain's trying to take in, and it's sifting out the information that's not needed. When you're promoting and marketing to people, you need to get through all of that clutter. Sometimes you may actually need to create new neuron pathways in people's brains to help them understand what you're doing and how you can help them. So the awareness is really important. That education, that connection, that building rapport is so important so that you can get through all that clutter. And when you do, it's a win. And that's why you'll often hear marketers talk about, you know, people needing to see your messages 3 to 12 times plus before they'll understand what you do and before they take action on it. Okay, so it's really important to get this step right. The next important thing, so once you get through all that message, all those messages, and people get what you're doing and they build awareness, you need to give them the next step, you know, the clear call to action, whatever that could be. Now you've got to think at an awareness level that they may already like you on social media. They might be friends with you, or they might like your Facebook page, or they might follow you on Instagram. So they're already aware of you in some way. Maybe they've met you at a networking event. You need to be quite clear and say to them, okay, this is what I want you to do next. Whether it's you want them to subscribe to your mailing list, whether you want them to come and visit you and have a look around your shop or your place of business, make a call with you and sit down and talk about their business and your business, have a virtual coffee, whatever that next step is. You need to be really clear on what it is. Otherwise, people will sit in this awareness stage forever. Okay, and you want them to move through to the next bit. Now, once you have the awareness that is settled, you always need to be going back and measuring what's working. And this is where you hear a lot of people might be talking about, I post on Facebook twice a day and I'm not getting anything from it. So you need to go back and measure it. You know, are you posting too often? Are you posting not enough? Are you posting the wrong images? Are you not using enough video? Are you using the wrong wording? There's so many questions that you could be asking yourself about how can I make it clearer to people about what I do? And sometimes really simplified language helps more than all the garbage. You know, I sell perfume, full stop. So that people understand and they get it and they go, oh, she sells perfume. I'm going to go and talk to her next time I need perfume. Yeah. So being quite clear in your messaging and always going back and measuring it in this awareness thing. Okay. So that's awareness. Now, people who progress with you, so they move from the awareness into the like you stage, they take that next step, that next call to action. They're the ones who, they may follow you on social media, they may or may not subscribe to your newsletters, but they will be now. They're going to attend a free or low-cost event, or they might sign up to a free checklist that you might be giving out, or whatever it is. And they're on your email list, okay? And you want people on your email list because you own that, okay? As much as I don't believe it will happen, but Facebook could go tomorrow. Facebook could close down your Facebook page. YouTube could shut down your YouTube channel. Instagram could close up shop tomorrow and you lose all the followers and all the people that have been on that channel. So it's really important that you find a way, whether it's within your website or on your email list, that you can bring your customers so that you own their data, okay? And that, you know, at the moment, if you're just relying on Facebook, they own all the data on your customers. So you want to be able to own that. That is when people start to like you and they want to get to know you even more. Okay, and there's a whole range of stuff that you can do around that. So your customer's going to like you when you show up consistently and authentically. Yeah. And consistently could be once a week. It could be once a day. It could be once every couple of weeks. Nobody else knows what your consistency is other than you. Yeah. People aren't sitting there on Facebook going, oh man, Jo didn't turn up today on Facebook. She said she was going to do it. She was going to be consistent and she didn't turn up. People aren't thinking that. What they will get is if you start posting a lot and then you disappear. And then you come back and you start posting a lot again and then you disappear. That's inconsistency. That's you're posting when you have time to do it, basically, opposed to being consistent around it. Being authentic, we spoke about authentic branding in our last webinar. Being authentic, being true to you, and we'll talk a little bit more about that later in this webinar also, about how you can show up a little bit more authentically. So what are some tips to getting people to like you? Spend more time with people you want to do business with. You know, that birds of a feather flock together. Surround yourself with people that you want to do business with, that you want to learn more about as well. Okay, and the more that you're doing that, the more people are going to like you and they're going to be able to connect with you as well. So spend more time with people you want to do business with. Let people talk about themselves. Talk a moment about networking events. And you know those people that you meet in networking events who just start spewing their business at you and they don't stop. And they don't ask you what you do. They don't ask you what your business is. They don't ask you even how you are. They're too busy just getting their spiel out. They're going to think that you're a pretty cool person because you've listened to them. Yeah. A way of sparking conversation with people. Now, I'm not saying that's right. I get repelled from people who do that. But a way of getting conversations started is to ask questions about the other person. And it's exactly the same in your business. Ask questions about them to see, you're going to gauge whether you can solve any pain they may have or any desires that they may have. So there is that sales part of it, but you're also going to get to know that person better. They're going to get to know you and hopefully, and they're going to like you because you're taking an interest in them as well. So let people talk about themselves. Be positive. And I know we all struggle. Well, I know I struggle with that, and particularly at the moment. But being positive and being someone who people want to talk to is really, really important. Okay, so always be positive. Find a positive slant to whatever you're doing. Be warm and competent as well. So know what you're talking about, but be warm and gentle. There's nothing better than respecting someone. Like the people that I have respected over time are people who have said no to me or people who don't necessarily agree with what I'm saying, but they let me talk. They let me hear my view. I hear their point of view, and you're warm and you're compassionate about things. Be a little vulnerable as well. That is, tell someone about your fears or what you're scared of, or share a story that shows that you are not this magic person that has all the answers and that you're perfect. So being a little vulnerable, whether you're doing that in Facebook, whether you do it on, face to face, whether you do it in conversations with people, but share some of those stories that makes you feel and be real. And it's that authenticity. Show appreciation. We all enjoy being thanked. We all enjoy being appreciated for who we are, what we do, how we show up, and how we help other people. So show that appreciation as well. At the end of the day, you want people to like you. And it's really nice when you are liked. We all crave that. And again, in your funnel, people who like you because of how you stand up, even if they don't do business with you, they potentially could become your biggest referrers. Okay, so really aim for that liking you. People who don't like you, they're never going to do business with you anyway, so you may as well let them go. So that's some tips to helping people like you. Okay, so we've done all this work and we've got people who they're aware of us, and we've spent all this time building a relationship and a rapport, and now they like you. How do you turn up the temperature gently to get them to trust you enough to do business with you? Because people they're not going to do business with you until they trust you, and they trust that you're going to do what you say you're going to do, basically. How do we turn up the temperature? You can target ads through Facebook, through Google, through Pinterest, through Instagram to your existing followers and likers. It's a really good way for you to get an indication of who is in that who's liking you, following you on social media, and are they ready to do business with you? So you can target ads to those people. You can retarget ads to web visitors. And that's through Google, and you can make it, and Facebook as well. You can have it appear up in Facebook. You can have it appear in Google searches, which is why you've gone and Googled a holiday to Milan, because we all want to get out of here at the moment. And suddenly every time you go on Facebook, there's all these Milan holiday ads showing up. Okay, that's because whatever website you've been on is retargeting. You respond personally to every comment, share, like, email, or message. All right. I think poorly done automated emails and automated comments and likes and shares and everything, people are seeing through that, and that's not showing you as an authentic business owner. It takes time, but it's really worthwhile going through and responding to those things personally as well. It helps to build the relationship with people quickly. Use reviews and testimonials to build trust. Every time you do some work for people, or people that you are doing work for, ask for reviews and testimonials. Add that to your social media, add it to your website. Use it in your marketing so that a person's word is so much stronger than your word. Yeah. So I could go out and say, I'm amazing and I'm going to help you grow your business. But if Donna, for example, goes out and tells everyone how I've helped her grow her business, then they're going to believe her over me, because it's a third-party referral, basically. Send your subscribers useful and relevant emails and newsletters. Our email inboxes are full, and people will unsubscribe from you if they're not getting any value from what you're sending. And that's okay. You need to let people go who unsubscribe or unfollow you as well, not get cut up about it. So send them useful and relevant information, and then people will stay on your mailing list and they will keep opening your emails as well. And hopefully they'll follow call to actions and do work with you. Follow and engage with them on social media. Now, this is a two-way street. It's okay for you to sit there and go, why won't anybody comment on my Facebook posts? But how many Facebook posts are you commenting on? Okay, so it has to be a two-way street on social media. It's social, yeah? You wouldn't walk past someone in the street and have them say hello to you and you keep walking. So it's the same as on social media. It needs to be a two-way thing. So if people are commenting on your social media, go through and show them some love on their social media as well. And that helps to build that rapport. Give freebies to those already in your funnel. Yeah, so you've taken a lot of time to make people aware of who you are and what business you're in. And they're sitting there in the awareness and they're getting to like you. So now it's the chance to really turn the heat up by giving them freebies. And it could be a free chapter or a free download or a free one-on-one chat or a free webinar or whatever the freebies that you want to give out. You know, send them a chocolate frog. You know, it doesn't really matter what the freebie, it's about making sure that it comes from a place of kindness and generosity, and that you're basically saying thank you for being in my funnel. Be consistently persistent, okay? I won't stop following someone up until they either ghost me far too many times or they just point blank say no. Now the no could be not now, or the no could be not ever and I'm unsubscribing from you and I'm never talking to you again. So whatever, but be consistently persistent. That is without being, that is without being over the top either and annoying. You know those salespeople that call you every 2 days and you're saying no to them and they're going, oh no, but we've got this great thing for you, okay? So be consistently persistent. Donna's asked a question about ghosting. I will explain that right now because I think it's relevant. Ghosting is when people, you know, people are seeing your emails, seeing your posts, but they're not responding to you. Okay, so they're just point blank not responding for whatever reason. So that's called ghosting. Address excuses and objections to the sale. Everyone will have an excuse or a reason as to why they can't buy from you. Most often it's to do with time or money. Now, if you can address some of those excuses up front in your marketing materials, then you're going to be able to get rid of that excuse and it's going to make the sale so much easier. Okay, so address excuses and objections to the sale. And as you listen to people, most of them will have the same reasons why they're not doing business with you. Okay, so let's move into trust. And this is true, I said it before, when customers trust you, they believe that you are going to deliver on your promises. And it's never more important at this point. You've spent all this time, you're telling people about how great you are, what you can do, what your business can do, what your products can do. So at this point, you need to make sure you can deliver on those promises. Yeah, and this is where sometimes businesses, or often businesses, will fail because they can't deliver. And they can't deliver because their product or service offering isn't there, or their systems aren't in place to help them in their business, or whatever. So it's really important that you deliver on your promises at this point. So how do you gain trust with people? Being accessible. Like I said right at the very start, you want people to be able to do business with you really easily. And if you're making them walk over hot coals, swim the English Channel, jump off a mountain to be able to do the business with you, they're not going to do it, okay? You need to be accessible. Whatever you're selling needs to be accessible. You need to be accessible as the business owner as well. I think gone are the days where we can hide behind PAs and secretaries and all the rest. It's just not viable anymore. Having a real dialogue with people as well. So that one-on-one conversation with people where you're honest, you show some vulnerability, you're showing authenticity, you're being truthful as well. That is going to help build trust. You create a reliable product or service. Yeah. If you have just created something and you're putting it out to market, tell people, I've just created this, I'm beta testing the system or the product or whatever to see if it works. Can you, I'm going to sell it to you at a discounted rate. Can you tell me what you think about it? So doing the testing and making sure everything is in play will help you to create that reliable product. Being honest, honesty wins over every single time. Showing integrity in everything that you do, in the way that you show up, in your products, in your services, in your sales, in your after sales, people will see that. Don't overpromise. I'm sure we've all been in situations where you've had a salesperson who's promised you the world and they can't deliver on it because it's just not possible. So don't overpromise to people. You know, I really get mad with people who are promoting 20,000, you know, they'll make you $20,000 in a week. Well, they're not going to make you $20,000 in a week, not straight up. You know, it takes time to do that. They're overpromising to you, and the only people getting rich is them. Fix problems. And these are problems within your own business, problems within delivering the service or the product that you have. And own it, you know, that honesty of, I'm really sorry that you know, that you got that scarf and it wasn't sewed properly and I'm sending it back to get it fixed. In the meantime, I'm going to send you a brand new one and maybe a voucher or whatever, but fix the problems in your business and be seen to be fixing it. Be respectful of your competition. There's nothing worse than hearing people slag off about who their competition is. The fact, you know, talking about them as if they can't do what they're doing, that, you know, you're being derogative. And for a lot of people, they don't want to hear how bad your competition is. They want to hear how good you are and what you're going to do to be, you know, to get them to trust you. Bring value to your customer. Always bring value to your customer. One of my values in my business is to give value to people who I have in my funnel and in my world and in my community. So bring value to your customer. Be consistent, whatever consistency means to you, but be consistent and show gratitude. Thank people. Thank people for buying from you. Thank people for referring to you. Thank people for just being there, showing up, whatever. But showing gratitude helps in gaining that trust with people. So do some of those things and you're going to have a best friend for life, aren't we? Okay. Now the next step to trust is loyalty. That is those people who are loyal to you, those people who are going to always come back to you in your business. So how do we do that? You do it by making customer service a priority. Yeah, always putting your customers central in your business. Nurturing a sense of community. That people aren't just buying something off you, that they're actually going to be joining a community. They're joining something bigger. You know, whether it's a simple product, service, whatever, most things you can build community around. Communicate regularly. Like I said, but it's that consistency thing. There's nothing worse than hearing from someone lots and lots and lots, and then they go silent, and then they do it a lot again. So again, that communicating regularly with people. You're having the after sales sequences, having the, you know, I've got a new product, would you like to try it out, sort of things. Communicating regularly with people and having enough data so that you understand who the people are that are buying from you and what you have coming up or what else you have in your business that can help them as well. Be consistent, be reliable as well. You know, people need to be able to count on you. Reward your customers, whatever reward means, whether you're in a cafe and you're doing your, you know, buy 6 coffees, get a coffee free, whatever the reward is, reward your customers for repeat business and loyalty. Ask for feedback from customers who are loyal and really listen to them. Sometimes businesses will put out feedback surveys just for the sake of doing it and ticking it off a to-do list, basically. What's really good to do with feedback is that often your customers are going to tell you how you could change your business, how you could pivot it, what new things you could be offering that's going to add value to the people in your world already. So sometimes your customers are your best business development. Make life easy for your customers, whether it's in getting the sale, whether it's after sales, whatever it is, make life easy for your customers. Don't just ask for money, be a source of expertise. Okay, so whatever it is that you're selling, whether it's a pot plant, you become the expert on pot plants, for example. So you become the source of expertise, and that way people are going to go back to you. Thank people who refer new clients to you. Whether you send them chocolate brownies or whether you just send them a card in the mail or whether you thank them on Facebook, whatever it is, thank someone who refers a new client through to you. Because it feels good. If you've referred someone and you've been thanked for it, you're seeing gratitude for that. And show gratitude, always show gratitude. It's a common theme through today's. So nurturing customers for repeat business is an important part of any marketing funnel you create. Think of all the time, the resources, the money that you have spent to making a sale. If you can keep that person in your marketing funnel as a repeat customer or as someone who's going to refer others to you, how much money and time and resources are you going to save from keeping that person there happy? Yeah. On top of that, when it comes to referring people, word of mouth still remains the most positive and effective marketing that you can do. Yeah. Word of mouth remains the most effective and positive form of marketing that you can do. So it's so important to be able to nurture that. Now, we often get to the bottom of our funnel and we're up to asking for the sale, okay? So you've built awareness, you've got people to like you, you've got people to trust you, and now you need to ask for the sale. How do you do it? First of all, you need to have a positive mindset about money, okay? So what is your money story? How do you think about money? You need to feel confident about you and your business and that you can deliver on everything that you have said. Understand the real difference that you're offering. Understand the real difference your offering will make to people. Yeah. So that's understanding your products and services and understanding the pains and desires of your customers and how all of that matches and what people are going to get out of it when they make the sale with you. Show gratitude before, during, and after. When people know you, like you, and trust you, asking for the sale is simply the next step, and it is not a hard step to make. So unique funnels. So funnels, when you take the time to step through what we've talked about today, you're going to be able to implement the campaigns that you want to implement in your business. When you're implementing your campaigns, you are reaching your business goals. You're going to be able to engage with your ideal client really easily. You're going to be able to connect to your customer's journey. You're going to earn trust and respect from your customers. And you're going to develop loyalty by showing gratitude. Okay. So that's why you need to take the time to do what we are doing today. So just as a refresh, this is the graphic that you need to help you create your marketing funnels there. So you need to clarify who your customer is and your products and services at the top, thinking about their excuses and the pains and desires. Yeah. When it comes to how many funnels you create, you could think of it as, you know, I'm going to create one funnel for every customer and product service combination I may have in your business. Okay. But my recommendation is that you do one funnel and you do that one funnel really well. Okay, before you move on to the next thing. So you clarify everything at the top end. Then you build awareness by implementing your campaigns and focusing on the touch points in your business. So your social media and your website and so on. You get people to like you by making free and low priced offers to them. You get them to trust you by sharing value and everything that we spoke about today and making premium offers to them. And then you nurture people in your funnel at whatever level they're in. You continue to nurture, you foster loyalty for repeat custom and also for those ever powerful referrals. We're going to go to questions in a moment. I just wanted to share with you really quickly for those who aren't in the Marketing Mastermind who are on the call, that we do have a Marketing Mastermind that's focused on connection, education, support and accountability. It's $99 a month. You get a whole bunch of stuff, including weekly calls with me and the other people in the mastermind. You get monthly marketing conversations webinar, which is this one that you're on today. You get access to a marketing library, which includes videos and templates. You also get a monthly 30-minute marketing coaching call with me. Plus there's also a whole range of amazing bonuses, including a free copy of my book, Authentic Dynamic Savvy. So I'll pop the link up in a moment if you want to join in on the Marketing Mastermind, which we have lots of fun every month on. The next Marketing Conversations event is on the 18th of August, and we're going to be talking about money and marketing blocks there. So my gratitude to you is for showing up today. Thank you for doing that. I will stop the sharing and I will also stop the recording.